Coach, thanks. We are about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and our home team. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the play. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Down. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. You ain't got nothing. Hey, Delta. Ready?
Looking to throw on second down. Costello eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. This one from 35 yards away. Badgley's kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed, getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check 43.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get it done. Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
Come on,
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
51's a mic, boys. 51. Hey, watch the slant.
Let's go.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Stop your whining.
A toss play, Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
It'd be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked them down in a hurry.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Whip. Bravo. Shift. Ready, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
You got tight. You squeeze, get in there. Exit. 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Watch the pass. Kill.
Now back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready?
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Check 24. Rush in. Go.
Back to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will tie us at 3-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off play action. Costello, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joe Schobert, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Ready! 60 Pittsburgh.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Hey, Alpha. Now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Costello. Open man is Michael Thomas. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Costello going underneath for Gordon. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Check.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the twist. Hey, watch it. Hey, switch gears. Haywood.
2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Watch the pass.
Back to throw here. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 62 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Watch Mike. 3, 2, 18. Chopper. Check 6 guys. Check 24. Check 24. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
2nd and 1. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
It's our time. It's our time. Mike 52, Mike, ready, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Charger drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Looking to throw. Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Costello. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
On 1st down, Costello able to get this to Gordon. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Costello. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Check 66. Bullet high. Check safety. Ready, go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Badgley up and good, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Being chased out left. It's caught by Aguilar. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Harris. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Okay, ready, 52's to Mike.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
This is fielded at the 7.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Philip Dorsett, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's coming. We got double up. 25, check 25. Jackrabbit.
2nd and 4. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Watch the run.
Mike 52. I'm coming for you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll look to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Back to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
On the double.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Costello. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Costello. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for L.A. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Slam, slam, slam. 36, 36.
Quick the edge. Come. Ready.
Looking to throw. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
I got to shoot this side. We got three.
Hey, watch 28. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Check three.
Check 13. Check the exit. Let him.
2nd and 5. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Let's go, D.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You got nothing.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Come on, set. 15, Lonnie. 15 line.
Get them holes.
51. Mike 51.
To throw on 2nd down. Costello. Thomas has got it. Complete. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. This from long, very long range. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. This from long, very long range. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Costello. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen.
Costello's pass complete to Keenan Allen. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Costello. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And Allen's got it. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to throw. Costello got Gordon open, completes it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it. They don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now a first throw here in overtime. This complete left side to Aguilar. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They'll run on 1st down. Harris. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chargers' 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Pull it together. Switch it, switch it. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. And go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. 61. Matchbox. Light. Watch the pass. Hot.
On first down, it's Harris. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
Ready, ready. 90. Roll. Slam.
They run again with Harris. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This one from 35 yards away. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime.